gets underway. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So the Purdue Boilermakers offense will get the first swing of the game. And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all, man.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted. People show up to this stadium. People are watching back at home because of this guy right here.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Back to pass, it's Ash. He looks that one in nicely. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? The Boilermakers with the 1st and 10. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Where he's just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. From the gun, the ground game. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. A strike downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
He caught it. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that left.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Purdue!
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Wisconsin Badgers offense will go to work for the first time. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
And I love safeties that make receivers think. Make them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field. And you better think twice about catching that football.
Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. On the move, it's Parrish. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. And the Badgers decide to punt it away. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They'll throw it on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Scanning the field, it's Ash. Firing to the right, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And they got him for the sack. The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Extending the play. He's going to take off. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Buying some time. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
That is the exact situation that every defense draws up. I want you in 3rd and long. I want you in a predictable passing situation. But I don't want you with that guy because that guy can run around, scramble, buy time, make 3rd and long look like 3rd and short, and pick up a first down.
Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Man, early in the game, I love when you set the tone and make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. Nice job getting him on the ground, getting your first sack of the day. Listen, they had 3 last week, but they want to continue to build on that number and keep getting it higher, and that's a great start.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Takes the handoff. It's Parrish. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The Badgers will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Right back to him on the ground. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Hicks. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. Complementary offensive football, finding just enough balance, and Wisconsin quarterbacks have always done a great job staying within their system.
Stay within the system. Stay.
Going for it all. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Not on this play.
After misfiring, it's 2nd down. Keeps it on the bootleg. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. He tried to set up that screen. The problem was, David, they left a big hole in it for the tackle.
And just a great job by the defense. Like, that's a fool you play. That's a trick you play. It gets you to run up field, rush the passer, slip it behind you. The defense did not bite. Great play. Great job stopping him on 3rd down.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Gets it out fast. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. They can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. To the air, it's Ash. Quick strike complete. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
The Boilermakers will have it 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Makes his connection.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
That last completion has him set up 2nd and short. He'll just keep slinging it. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Try to get it on the ground. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
How nice is it to have a running back with this guy's skill set, right? That's not a guaranteed give-me 4th down conversion either, but still, they trust in him to find the crease and keep this drive alive.
Got his man on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Back to throw, it's Ash. He's got his man, makes the grab. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They'll try it on the ground. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
I love offenses that can just rely on their offensive line to get it done in 4th and short situations like that. Turn around, hand it off, let's stay on the field and keep this thing going.
Quickly complete. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He'll come out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And it's complete at the 6. Defense right there, but now they're backed up with a goal-to-go situation. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Boilermakers! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the quarterback is snowed under. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Badgers will punt this one away. Running it back, it's Wells. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Great play by the defensive back, showing you his variety of skills. His ability to turn the hips, his speed running downfield, turning his head to locate the football and then swatting it away. You just can't do it better.
Stopped after making the catch.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's third and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse, turn the football over.
He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Boilermakers line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A first down for the offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And that pass is intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Looking for a man. It's Ash. Throws to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. The Boilermakers want to crank the tempo. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes the catch on the left. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The give to the back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in Madison, and welcome in to the halftime update. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Camp Randall.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Boilermakers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Pocket starts to collapse. Finds the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
2nd down now after the sack. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do like you just saw there.
Lost one deep down the right side. He's got it inside the 25. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. The Badgers are on the move. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Using the quick game. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
And the Badgers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area we got to bow up. Nice job on first down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. They'll mark it at the 8.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Badger.
Receivers do this every day, all day. Throw it up. I will go get it. I will stay in bounds. Nice job knowing where he was at on the field to get that foot in bounds, to get the big touchdown for this offense.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He'll get rid of it. Got his man. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Hold it.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He's got it. Hit the afterburners, kid. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. The Boilermakers will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down.
Man, you know, you always look back in games at single plays that turn the tide. And with this defense now trailing by 2 possessions, if they could have just caught the ball and gotten that pick, that potentially changes everything in this game. That was a missed opportunity.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. And the Boilermakers get it past the sticks.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Ash. Fires toward the end zone. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
Going to try to get it himself. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Quarterback empties his backfield. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job.
He's running free down the middle. At the 20. Touchdown, Wisconsin. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
And you can tell he trusts his big tight end. Airing the football way down the field, treat him like a wide receiver because you know he's going to go up, make the big play, get you in the end zone, score a touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll try to pop the draw. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, 1st down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Gets it out quickly. They made the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Quarterback on the keeper. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
You know, this zone replay is something they rep over and over and over in practice. This guy can run it and execute it in his sleep. Good decision there keeping the football.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
And, David, this is where I think you could have excelled. You're a great defensive end. There's other positions you could have played. Fullback, I know, being one of them. How about that guy there picking up the first?
That's a nice job. Don't make this hard.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Snagged in the middle. It's Parrish. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Interesting call here for the head coach, too, because you need a touchdown. Now it's 4th and long. You could kick the field goal and cut into the lead, but it depends on how much you trust your defense right now. They may go for this one.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the ground with the back. Hard running there. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
He makes the connection. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. In that loss last week, he just never got comfortable. Threw 3 picks, but much better today.
Much better taking care of the football. Listen, being the leader, he made the one mistake, but did a good job moving on from it, leading this offense, and ultimately getting the dub today.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Gets it out fast. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 3rd down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. Trying to get to him. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on third down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Purdue.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Oh, he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. Offense getting set for first down. He's going to pass. Finds his big tight end. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker. And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
Is incomplete. It's now third down.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Wants to throw on third down. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
Coming up, fourth down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain. After picking up the first down, they still have to move quickly here. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock.
It's second down.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. He's back to throw on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. On third down, going up top. Pressure coming. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Offense facing fourth down.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. They're trying to get to him. Fires to the big fella. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Offense is stopped. Will be determined on down.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle. Win those one